Just welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, here we have the preview of Impact Wrestling Slammiversary XVII. As TNA, Impact Wrestling has changed over the years. A couple things that have stayed the same for them is the Slammiversary show and the Bound for Glory show. So we're going to get into this. I'm going to do a little preview here, coming live this Sunday on pay-per-view on Fight TV. We have Impact Wrestling Slammiversary. First match we have on the card, we have the legendary Impact Wrestling X Division Championship. The X Division is not about weight limits, it's about no limits. And as you've seen some of the X Division champions over the years, Brian Cage, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, we know it's more about talent than anything. This match is probably going to be, I would say, maybe top 15 of all time X Division Championship matches. Maybe top 20. We have champion Rich Swann versus Johnny Impact. Johnny Impact was world champion when Brian Cage cashed in Option C of the X Division title and went on to win the world title. What Option C is, the winner of the X Division Championship can at any time can choose Option C. Option C means you can vacate the X Division Championship and go on to challenge for the world title. I think 5 people have done this now. Austin Aries, Brian Cage, Chris Sabin. There's a couple more that have done it. I think Aries did it twice. So I think that's what's going to happen here. I think Johnny Impact is going to win the X Division Championship here. He will vacate it to get a shot at the world title, because the mayor of Slamtown does want a world championship. But I think this match is going to be great. I have Johnny Impact winning. Next up, we have a little continuation of a feud because the tapings were in Philadelphia. Recently, Impact has had their TV tapings at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, home of ECW. So we've had Moose kind of doing stuff with Tommy Dreamer and Sabu, and now we have a Moose with another ECW Ridge. We have Moose versus Rob Van Dam, the whole effing show. Not anymore. But we have RVD versus Moose. I actually have RVD winning this. I think they're going to have the legend get over on Moose. I wouldn't be shocked if Moose wins this, but the fact that Moose beat Dreamer, I think RVD gets the revenge and wins. Next up, we have a First Blood match. We have Killer Kross versus Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards has kind of had this here recently on the TV side, has been more hardcore-ish, kind of taken over for Tommy Dreamer. He has his friend, the kendo stick, Kenny. I think he's on Kenny 2. Killer Kross actually killed Kenny 1. Killer Kross killed Kenny. So we have Eddie Edwards, Killer Kross down to First Blood match. Make your opponent bleed, you win. I have Eddie Edwards winning this. Next up, we have an intergender match, which Impact's been doing a lot of, especially with Tessa Blanchard. So we have Sami Callihan versus Tessa Blanchard. Here on Impact Wrestling on TV recently, Tessa has been feuding with OVE. Jake Chris and Dave Chris, she's had singles matches versus both of them. Sami Callihan is the leader of OVE. So now here we have this match. I actually see Tessa getting over on this. So I have Tessa Blanchard winning. Next up, a match that I am definitely looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the X title. I'm looking forward to this next match. Impact Tag Team Championships on the line. We have champions. The Latin American Exchange, known as LAX, Santana and Ortiz, one of the greatest tag teams in the world right now, versus an up-and-coming team of the Rascals. The Rascals consist of Zachary Wentz, Desmond Xavier, and Trey Miguel. In this match, it looks like it's supposed to be Xavier and Trey, Des and Trey, while Wentz is on the outside. These two teams had a tag title match 3 weeks ago on Impact. it was a great match. Let's go that way. It was, I want to say 3.5, 3 3/4 is what I gave it. It kind of ended weird. Dez was on the outside. He ended up getting involved in the match. Did a quick roll up on Ortiz. The referee didn't realize what had happened. Counted to 1, 2, 3. New champions. Then another ref comes out and says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." He wasn't in the match. They reverted the decision. But it was a great match. It was a great match watching LAX put over the Rascals, which to some people you don't got to put over the Rascals. If you've seen what they've done on Impact, you've seen what they did in PWG, you know they're a great young team. I actually had them officially winning the tag titles here and beating LAX. Next up, we have Impact Wrestling Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way Monsters Ball. This is the 51st Monsters Ball. This is the second Women's Monster Ball. In 2017, Rosemary defended her title versus Jade in a Women's Monster Ball. We have Women's Champion Tyra Valkyrie versus Rosemary versus Su Yung versus Jessica Havoc. Now, we have 3 very dark and gritty women in this match, which I think are probably the right people to have in a Monsters Ball match. We have Jessica Havoc and Su Yung are managed by James Mitchell, so who used to manage, I think he managed Abyss for a while, and he managed a couple other guys for a while too, some other dark guys. I don't remember their names right now, in the yesteryear of TNA. I actually have Tyra Valkyrie retaining her title here. The only one that makes sense to win this would be a Jessica Havoc, but her just coming in, being with James Mitchell, and this being a Monsters Ball, and she's kind of that style of wrestler. But actually have Tyra Valkyrie retaining her title here. Next up, we have the Impact World Championship on the line. We have champion Brian Cage versus the unbreakable Michael Elgin. Michael Elgin recently leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling and joining Impact. Because of a past feud with Impact and Johnny Impact and Brian Cage, I actually have Brian Cage retaining the title here. Johnny Impact will opt for option C, cash in his X title for a championship match against Brian Cage. Or, I mean, I can see Elgin winning this, but I think Cage actually retains. So I have Johnny Impact winning the X Division title. I have the Rascals winning the tag titles. I have Tyra Valkyrie retaining her women's title. I have Brian Cage retaining the Impact World title. Stay tuned to Robert Sports Show for a review of Slammiversary. And when next week having Mega Wrestling, we have the Evolve 131 show airing on the WWE Network. We have AEW Fight for the Fallen. And we have WWE Extreme Rules all coming next week. Stay tuned to Robert Sports Show for reviews of all those and previews shortly after. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.